Oh, yo. What's up with it, guys? It's your boy Rob Mac, aka Movie Mac, and you tuned in to another MCViews. Now, today we got Final Destination, so we gotta get freaky again. Now, before we get into all of that, I had to take a sip of that tequila and that handy dandy notebook. Now, Final Destination Bloodline. This is supposed to be the last one, I'm hoping. Let's go ahead and end this shit now. Because, I don't have a problem with trilogy movies, but some of this shit just keep on going and keep going and going. And then the more movies they make, the dumber the shit gets, honestly. Now, the runtime for this movie, 1 hour and 49 minutes. It's not that bad for a rated R horror film, you know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know, man. Careful for spoilers, because I'm going to say a little bit. I might say a lot. Because, if you don't go see this movie, I don't feel like you really missing something. To me, it was a solid film. The storyline was actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that this shit got 6 films, I think 10 novels, and they even made a comic book off of this shit, bro. That the person that made this is a sick fuck once you think about it. With a great imagination. I actually kind of love it, you know what I'm saying? Because some movies tried to imitate it, aka The Monkey. You remember that whack ass shit I told y'all about. But this is Final Destination, so you should already going in with it, you know what I'm saying? You go in with it knowing what you gonna get. It's gonna be some bullshit going on. Now, as far as the storyline, they had a good cast. Okay, Tony Todd, Brett Basinger, Richard Harmon, Kathleen Santa. I don't know her last name, but the Kaylin Santa or whatever. That was actually pretty cool. You could leave off your last name. And Theo Burns, like they got a solid cast in this movie. You know what I'm saying? A couple people I don't know, you know what I'm saying, was unfamiliar with them. But that's neither here nor there. Now, IMDb gave this movie a 7.1 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 95%. Now, MCViews, I'm gonna go 7.5 because it's a Final Destination film, so you really get what you asking for. Like, you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be gory. Some people gonna goddamn die. If you're not a fan of gory movies, you might as well not even turn this on, because it's gonna be some people gone in the worst way. Now, the beginning, it pops off with, you got a young lady out there. She's having a vision of some people in some shit, like a big old. They in a big old tower. I forgot how many floors it was up, but they was in there partying, dancing, eating, and all of that good shit. They got that good music going in there, and she had her premonition. Now, me personally, I thought the movie was gonna start off with girl, the first girl when they made the movies in 2000. You know what I'm saying, with the girl from the roller coaster. I thought it was gonna start off that kind of way, but turns out it was, her mama. That was her mama. Now, that shit kicked off, bro. Her mama, you know what I'm saying, had the whole vision. It show you shit getting fucked up, shit getting towed up. Got a little black boy, you know what I'm saying, a little bitty kid. He there, ain't supposed to be there. Turns out, he tied to the movie, you know what I'm saying. If you know, it was one black guy in Final Destination anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of the survivors from the old movies. Now, like I said, careful for spoilers, because I'm gonna fuck some shit up for y'all. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you some stuff. Cause like I said, if you don't go see this movie, I don't feel like you really missing nothing. Like, you don't have to really rush to go see that in the movies. A Final Destination is a Final Destination is a Final Destination. Like, it's no surprises really in the movie. Now, as far as I feel like this storyline, they tried to make it like, oh, this is the origin of how it all happened. It was the grandma. She had the vision first. Now, how death worked in this movie, everybody is kind of in order, you know what I'm saying? These people was never supposed to be around. And again, if Hollywood would stop putting everything in the goddamn trailer and surprise us with some shit in these movies, you know what I'm saying? Stop putting everything in the damn trailer. Just like you see the little house scene or whatever, she said, "Nah, we all not supposed to be here and all this shit." Like, yeah, that kind of give it away right there. These motherfuckers was never supposed to be here from the time her granny seen the premonition and stopped the big ass disaster, and then the girl did it from the roller coaster and so forth and so on. You know. Now, like I said, if you squeamish and you don't like blood, do not turn this shit on. It, bro, from the very first scene when they end up telling the granddaughter, like, man, don't go fuck with granny. She weird, you know what I'm saying? She been thinking that death is after her, but she know what the play is. The whole time she got all the book, all the maps, you know, everybody didn't die before them, and it's really on her. It's her turn. You know what I mean? Once granny step off the porch, granny gone. And in the worst way, but she knew that. But she did that to show the granddaughter that this is what it's gonna be. Then she go to the house, you know what I'm saying? Those events get to happening. Now, it's some scenes in this movie. Now, very, very creative by the writer. Very creative by the writer. Now, but that's some sick shit. That's some sick shit. The artistry in this movie is actually pretty good. That's why I can roll with it and give it a solid rating. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 95 for. You saying that's a great movie. You saying that shit just wonderful. And I say, no, it's a solid movie. Solid film. Now, killings all the way through. It's not very much you could say really about a Final Destination movie. It's just the ways that they gonna kill people. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Some of that shit kind of made me laugh. I don't know if that makes me sick or not, or you know what I'm saying. If that makes me a weirdo, but it was just kind of funny to see people die corny, or something corny happened and they died. That sounded even worse. Man, fuck that. I said all that. Don't. We gonna bleep that part out. You know what I'm saying? Forget that I even said that part. But like I said, Final Destination. One thing about it, don't. I guess it's gonna end here. You know what I'm saying? One thing I will say is I feel like it's finally ending because ain't a soul surviving this goddamn film. I'm gonna ruin that part for you. Like I said, don't nobody survive. You know, as far as how I don't think it was, because you can't go into this movie expecting much. Like, you know what I'm saying? A solid storyline. It made sense, kind of, you know, origin related. It showed you why they getting killed, you know what I'm saying? And shit, people get killed. Now, I hope they don't try to remake this in any kind of way. Because it's about time to, you know, let it go. I honestly don't even think I can post the clips that I want to post from this movie in here because so much shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying? You gonna see brains pulsing, a lot of blood splatting. I think you should just see this on bootleg, honestly. Or you can go to the movies to see it. I mean, but like I say, it's just solid. It's just solid. You know what I'm saying? To be ending a franchise or hopefully ending it, it was a solid movie. But let me know what you think, man. Let me know if I'm downplaying this movie in the comments. If you think that it was, you know, better than how I'm describing it. But like I said, it was just solid. Like you get what you give in this movie. Like I mean that's it. It's Final Destination. People gonna die. It's gonna be a lot of blood. Of course, it's rated R. It's a true horror film to its culture because all the shit happens. But it is creative in how they did it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff was very creative. Kind of remind me of like the Saws and all of that. Like that, I put them in the same category with Sickness. Now, one thing about this movie though, I did like how they throw you for a loop. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of those people that kind of look around and I start gazing at like, okay, how is this person about to die? Especially because they give you like an order of how it's supposed to happen or how they think it was supposed to happen. But just the way that you think it's gonna happen, completely opposite. Now, I'm gonna spoil one scene for you. Now, bro, okay. All I would say is it's an MRI machine, right? That gets turned on, and dude gets sucked in there by his piercings, fam. Like the goddamn MRI machine turned into like baby Magneto. It's sucking everything in, bro. Piercings came up off of him. Nipple piercings gone, all that, bro. And then it was, I guess he had one on his, on his thing, bro. And bro, it sucked that boy in there, like, bro. All right, you got to see that shit, bro. But it sucked his ass in there, like the fact that somebody actually thought of this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch them kind of people that got them kind of imagination. But anyway, I'm your boy Rob Mack. Hold on. Forgot to tell you, like, share, subscribe, comment, talk to your boy, argue with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I want you to debate me on these situations. I'm not right about everything. These are just my opinions with the movie. You know what I'm saying? I watched this shit at the house on bootleg, of course. That's what I'm telling you. You don't have to rush to the movie to see this. You know what I'm saying? Great film. I'm your boy Rob Mack. You've been tuned in to MCViews, man.